Hello friends, hello subscribers, coming to you again with something completely different. As you can see in front of you here is a rather specialized rifle. This is a custom Benchrest rifle, Heavy Varmint, and 6mm PPC. It's a cartridge that has ruled Benchrest for almost exactly 50 years. It started with these cartridges here. You can see right here. The cartridge on the left is known as the 220 Russian, which itself is made from the 7.62 by 39 military cartridge. The Russian Olympic biathlon team used this cartridge for quite a number of years, and I believe it's still used. From the 220 Russian, it is neck to 6mm with a mandrel. The neck is turned, and then it's fireformed in the 6 PPC chamber to reduce body taper and sharpen the shoulder, and thus has created the 6mm PPC. Fires a 243 diameter bullet. At one time it was made into a commercial cartridge, which is now largely obsolete. These cartridges here will not fire in this rifle. Let me rephrase that. They will not chamber in this rifle. This rifle has a tight neck, 2.62 diameter neck, so they're a little bit too thick in the neck to chamber in the rifle. There's a variety of bullet choices that can be used. Usually a custom bullet is used. Example here is a Sierra 70 grain hollow point boat tail. It's a match bullet. Here is underneath is a box of 67 grain Benchrest bullets, custom made by one of the shooters on the circuit, made with a J4 jacket. This rifle is, well, they're often painted up with sometimes gaudy or sometimes eccentric paint jobs, because they look so similar on the bench that you need to identify your own rifle by its unique paint job. These rifles, at least in this time frame, universally have a completely flat-bottomed, wide fore-end, so it can slide easily in the front bag. Even though I shoot left, this rifle is a right-hand bolt but a left-hand port, something that's gained some popularity in the last 20 years. Also featured is kind of an unusual rear stock, almost no comb, virtually straight back from the bore for ease of cleaning. And the stock is shaped in such a way as to slide straight back in the bags without either rising or falling during recoil. A receiver in this particular type of rifle is usually machined from a single billet of metal, in this case an alloy of aluminum, and the receiver has an insert for the locking lugs and the barrel threads that's made from steel. The scopes on these rifles are generally a minimum of 36 power. This is a late 90s vintage Bosch & Lomb 36 power, which has been boosted to 50 power. It has the target turrets and an aftermarket reticle spring assembly. These rifles are exceptionally precise. They generally have very, very light triggers. This one is around approximately 1 ounce and 1/8 is the let-off pressure. There's no creep, no travel, just the lightest of pressure. So light, in fact, that one has to be cautious when one places a finger in the trigger guard. It's completely safe. You can bang the rifle, jar the rifle, it won't discharge. Only finger pressure, and exceedingly light. These rifles are, the precision is hard to describe to someone with no experience with them. They feature a coned bolt. They're remarkable rifles. There's no doubt about that. Extremely smooth. Extremely precise. Generally, these rifles have a relatively short barrel. This one is 20 inches. This is a straight tube, no taper. And it's approximately 1 inch and 1/16 at the muzzle. And this barrel was made by Rob McLennan. It's generally powders that are used. There's quite a number of different powders. These are powders that I have used with some success over the years, although there's other powders that are favored now, like 8208 BR. But Benchmark, H322, H335, even Ball C2, with some success. It's these rifles in competitive form are capable of shooting groups in a neighborhood of 1/8 of a minute of angle groups at 100 yards in fine form. And many groups that are shot are far, far smaller than this. 1/10 of the minute of angle is not unheard of. And competitive groups shot in international matches held in America, many groups are half of that. So 50 thou in that neighborhood. At any rate, a brief introduction. I know you've seen a previous video, or you may have seen a previous video, where I have 2 other much earlier 6 PPC bench rifles. This one, although not exactly state-of-the-art, this one is my latest iteration. It was built around the year 2000, and is fairly current as far as competitive target rifles go. At any rate, thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.